Hello friends, how do you do? You must be seeing for the last few days and today I have come up with good number of videos and all were based on the front-end library that was React. And I was working on the hosting which I have purchased, and my target was to work on the SSL to make the application very secure. That was my target. And while working on the front end, I stated that I would also love to work on the back end, and I stated that categorically I will be working on Node.js and Django. So I thought that why don't I end the day with a video on backend, and that too on my hosting. As you can see over here, swaroopapp.in/api/todo, I hit the enter and you would get to see this entire object, and this object consists of an array, and within the array there are 3 more objects. You can run this at your end also because this is present right now live in my domain. And the same thing I want to avail in the Postman. Postman is a very handy tool in context to REST API. So let me click on the send button, and as I do that, the data which you were seeing in the web, the same data you were seeing in the Postman as well. But if you look at the endpoint, will you find something interesting? Yes. This is again the SSL hosting which I have got. And the most striking part is you don't see the port number, which often you would come across while you're working on the back end. You should not expose the port number. You have to ensure you have to hide the port number in such a way so that you just see the endpoint. And that's the reason why I came up with this particular video, just to show you that I will perform different HTTP requests like get, post, delete, put I'm yet to complete. These APIs you will not find any port number, and that's what you should keep it in mind. Okay, so now let's go for the post API. So here is my post API. You can try at your end also because these are all live. Okay, I'm recording with this endpoint, so you can even try out. Okay, so this is my today being a Saturday, just few minutes left, and then the Sunday would come. So I had a great day. Yes, I did good work. I myself was saying so. Nonetheless, look over here. It's a post request, so this object will be getting submitted, and I'm inserting an ID. It's a MongoDB who should generate this ID. So let me click on the send button, and as I do that, yes, to request successfully, and I receive a 200. That means the request was successful. So that means if I come over here, if I refresh it, I need to see the object, and here it goes. The object is in front right now over here, and even if I come to the get API endpoint, and if I click over here, the object will come over here as well, and here it goes. So you have got 4 objects. And if you notice one thing in this post API, do you see any port number? The answer is no. So you have to ensure that when you're working on a real life application, you should not expose your port number, because that's a vulnerability. During the penetration testing or an SQL injection can be easily get associated if you're exposing, if your port number vulnerable. That you should not do it, and that's what the reason I am recording this video. And you have to encrypt, you have to hide your port number. So you tell me, what would be the procedure by which you can hide the port number? Well, of course, if you do Google, you will get to know on this, but still you try out. Okay, and now let me show you one delete API, and as I do that, if you see over here, I have got a param. So over here I'm supposed to provide the ID of the object that I want to delete, and over here also the same thing, I don't have any port number. Okay, so let's go for, okay, how about deleting this record? So let me double click on this, let me copy the ID, let me come over here, and so this is a param. So this is what the parameter is there, and this is the query string, and this is your parameter. And now I will just go and click on the send button. As I do that, it says to delete it, and this is also 200. So that means the HTTP request was successful. And let me come over here and let me refresh the page, and as I do that, you don't see the object anymore. So even if I come over here, if I refresh it, I won't be able to see that object anymore. I just have 3 more objects left. So I can try out deleting this one also. So let me double click on this. Let's come over here and let me remove this param and add, let me insert the new param and let me click on this. As I do that, event the send message and it says to do successfully deleted. Let's come over here, let's refresh it. So I'm left with only 2 objects, and I can try out even in the Postman also. I would be just seeing the 2 objects. So that means my REST API endpoint is working perfectly well, and I have been able to successfully configure correctly so that the REST API implementing Node.js, and that too using the HTTPS, that means it's secure, and so there would be very less chance of about the thing getting injected by any SQL injection. And this is what you should actually do it. And in the upcoming days, what I will be doing is that I will be also working on the Django REST API, and at the same time would like to associate this API with the front end and to make it a complete full stack application. So that's what I would be love to do so. Okay, so that's all from today's video, and in the next video I will be working again with the React with the front end. Okay, until then, have a nice time, take care, bye bye.